Hello, my name is Pumpkin Fluff, and I'm going to be casting the North American League of Legends Academy League Series for 2018. These matches are performed on Thursdays during the 2018 LCS season, but they are not casted by Riot officials, so I'm going to be doing an amateur casting. We're going to start with Week 1, Match 1. This is Optic Academy versus Team Liquid Academy. Now we're going to pull up the rosters. In the top lane for Optic Gaming Academy, we have Dokla. For the jungle, it is Kadir. Palafox is their mid laner. Andy is the AD carry, with Winter as his support. On Team Liquid Academy side, we have Viper in the top lane, Hard in the jungle, Mickey in the mid lane, Shoiru as AD carry, with his support, Joey. Okay, we are into our first game of the season. We don't have picks and bans to go through. Riot just uploaded these videos on their YouTube, and apparently they start 45 seconds into the game. So let's go ahead and talk about the picks that both of these teams have. Optic Academy, it looks like they have Aurelia in the top lane, Jarvan in the jungle, Azir mid, Ezreal is AD carry with Taric as support. Team Liquid Academy has Gnar in the top lane, Gragas in the jungle, Ryze in the mid lane, Tristana is AD carry, and Janna is support. Looking at these matchups, we can say Azir is a very powerful meta pick, as well as the Ryze. Both of them have been picked quite a bit in all regions. Ezreal is also a strong pick. Tristana is kind of seen fairly often. When you look at that matchup in the bot lane, though, it is double ranged against a melee support. Melee supports are very strong right now due to Targon's Brace being used by just about everyone. It is interesting to note, however, that Ezreal did not take Targon's Brace. Instead, he has the Doran's Blade. So he's looking to probably be a bit more aggressive. He thinks he can probably survive this lane against the two without having the extra healing of the Targon's Brace. It's kind of strange to see. The Tristana and Janna are going to look to harass this lane pretty hard, as they do have the range advantage. Tristana jumps in, they get a good trade onto Elimination and Andy, and that's going to put them in a good spot in this lane, especially considering without the Targon's Brace. There's a gank up in the top lane. Acadian is able to blow Viper's flash, so it's a successful gank on his part. Going back up to the matchups, the Azir versus Ryze is something seen very common. Oh, Mickey's going in. Is he going to get the kill? No, he backs out. He is low on mana. Let's see if he continues to shove out or if he's going to go back. He does have the mana flow ban, so he's able to stay in lane a little bit longer. Palafox looks to harass him some more. So pretty decent trade for Palafox's part. He gets quite a bit of damage onto Mickey for nothing in return. Oh, Mickey's going in. He's going in. What's going to happen? Oh, Palafox flashes out. Mickey heals, flashes under turret, and gets the first kill. Solo kill over to Mickey on Ryze. That's going to be a really big advantage for him in that lane. He's able to push it up. The Azir's going to miss quite a few minions. Here in the bot lane, not a whole lot is going on. Even though the Tristana and Janna are able to shove them under their turret, it doesn't look like they're getting much of a CS advantage. They're keeping Andy pretty low with that Janna harass, but it doesn't seem to be paying off for them just yet. Up in the top lane, it looks like Acadian is waiting to get a gank off on Viper. We'll have to see if Viper plays up anymore, if he's just going to play safe under his turret. Acadian sneaks into this far bush. See if Viper steps forward at all. For now, he's playing it safe. Dokla goes in, trying to bait something from Viper. He goes in, he hits the stun. Jarvan comes in with the flag and drag, knocks him up, and that's a kill for Dokla on the Aurelia. Again, this is really big for Optic Academy. Aurelia is a counter to Gnar in the lane, and if she can get going, that means the Dokla is going to be in a very good spot in this game to take over the solo lane. Shoiru and Joey are pushing up the Ezreal and Taric again. CS is even though, so all they're getting right now is just some damage on the turret. We'll have to see if that pays off for them later. Mickey's going to just place some wards down in the jungle. Him and Hard are working together, make sure that they can take some control away from Acadian here. Acadian walks up, and the Jarvan's probably a little bit stronger at this point than the Gragas. Definitely a lot more damage. Looking across the lanes, even though Aurelia got that first kill in the top lane, she is even with Gnar. So the Gnar's holding his own in CS. Ryze and Azir are both even, and again, down in the bottom lane, it's even. Junglers are also even. So far, Team Liquid Academy does have a 200 gold edge. Oh, here comes Hard. He gets the body slam, the root. They're doing the damage. Oh, and there's another kill for Mickey on this Ryze. He's really in a good spot now. Azir has to start playing a little bit more careful. He doesn't have either of his summoner spells, and that was a really easy gank for Hard to pull off. Looking at the scaling in this game, I think it is slightly in favor of Team Liquid Academy. Having the Gnar is a much better team fighter than Aurelia, so even though he might lose the lane, he's going to be of more value later in the game with those giant Mega Gnar ults. Tristana is probably going to outscale the Ezreal having the assist. Oh, and Dokla just kills Hard. Hard and Viper were both invading in the jungle, and Dokla 1v2s them. Let's see if Viper can get out of this. Acadian's here as well. Dokla flashes in, stuns the Gnar. Acadian's there, and Dokla picks up a killing spree. That is 3 kills for the Aurelia, so even though the Gnar might outscale her in team fights, if she can take over the side lane, split pushing is going to be a very difficult thing for Team Liquid Academy to handle. Palafox is just going in on Mickey, but he has to be careful. This Ryze is strong at this point in the game. He already has his tier, and the Catalyst of Ages complete. That's really all Ryze needs, just that mana to keep spamming away his spells. He does have scaling with mana cost on his abilities. So Ryze is online right now, basically, and he'll only get stronger from here on out. Azir needs to be careful until he can build up a couple items. And there goes Mickey, just harassing Palafox under turret. He's starting to lose some CS to this turret, and Mickey's starting to get a pretty sizable advantage. 12 CS at this point. It's 7.5 minutes. It's actually really good for Mickey. Looking back in the bottom lane, though, it is still even. Despite, again, the harassment that Tristana and Janna should have been able to put out. You have to wonder if they are pushing the advantage as far as they can go. And here comes the dive in the top lane, stunned into the dunk, and Dokla is on a rampage. This Gnar has to really get down some more vision and be careful about what he's doing. Here comes Mickey in the mid lane. He does have a blue buff now, so he will be strong. He can spam out those spells, have that extra cooldown reduction. And it looks like he's just going to let Palafox back here. He's keeping Hard safe in the jungle. He doesn't want him to get harassed too much from the Azir. And it looks like the first tower of the game is going to go down in the top lane. Dokla has so much pressure right now. He is 25 CS up on this Gnar, and now he gets solo turret. Gnar is not going to be able to go back in that lane. And it looks like Mickey's trying to dive Palafox here in the mid lane. Doesn't look quite successful, but it looks like he can get quite a bit of damage on this turret. You have to wonder if Jarvan's going to come mid and see if he can help Palafox out. Hard is stealing away the red buff, while it looks like Acadian just did the same to him, so an even trade overall. Mickey's coming in, and you have to imagine that this turret's going to go down soon unless someone from Optic Academy comes in to help them. Here comes Acadian from the backside. Oh, he's rooted up and he can't get anything else done. Hard is here for the counter gank, but it looks like that just fizzles out. Looking at the gold lead, Optic Academy are 2,000 gold ahead, which is actually a pretty sizable lead this early in the game. We don't have the ability to check the gold numbers, but you have to imagine that most of that gold lead is in the top lane on the Aurelia over the Gnar. Now we have 3 people here in the mid lane and taking down the mid lane turret, which is huge. Now that this mid lane turret is gone, there's a lot more room for Team Liquid Academy to move around the map. And that's pretty hard for Palafox in the mid lane. I believe this matchup is usually pretty even, with the Ryze having a slight advantage, but he lost this matchup hard, and you have to wonder what that's going to mean for them in the future. Looking down in this bot lane once more, it's just been a farm fest. Ezreal is sitting on a mana meme now, so he's at a pretty good power point. Tristana has gone back, and she has that pickaxe and the F sword, so you have to imagine that she's going to be stronger at this point of the game. Looks like Hard picks up his Raptor camp away from Acadian, trying to steal it. And they're moving on this Ryze, but he's able to just walk out of there freely. Dokla is here in the top lane, pushing up to the tower. Just keeping the Gnar controlled. Here comes the ult. And it looks like nothing much is going to happen. That was a very good ult from Elimination to stop any kind of aggression coming out from Mickey roaming down to this bottom lane. Palafox is able to shove out this mid lane with the help of Acadian, since Mickey roamed down to the bottom lane, and we have to see how much damage they can actually get on this tower. But 3 people from Team Liquid Academy are moving out. Hard flashes and throws down the Gragas cask, and Acadian flags and drags out. Here comes the Ryze ult going for Dokla, and flashes are blown everywhere. Oh, but Acadian is gone for it. He did not make it out with the rest of his team. Hard body slams over, gets the cask, and Acadian, oh, he smites the minion, gets a level up. He's hiding in the bush, but there's nowhere for him to go. Hard picks up that kill, which puts the score to 4-3 in Optic Academy's favor. And it looks like in the bottom lane, Ezreal actually picked up the turret in the bottom lane, so you have to think that, oh, and he's gone. The snipe, oh, and Andy killed Shoiru. It was a trade in the bottom lane, but that was definitely in Optic Academy's favor as they picked up the turret. So I have to say, so far this Gianna pick is not working out for Team Liquid Academy. With a ranged advantage, you would think that they would be able to push out the lane a little bit harder, especially without Ezreal having that Targon's Brace for the healing in the bottom lane. But they were not able to do it. So I would say that Andy Elimination definitely won that lane out pretty hard, grabbing the first turret and a sizable CS lead. Mickey's just pushing out here in the mid lane, and it looks like Ezreal has rotated now to the mid lane since they already took that bottom tower. Tristana is farming up in the bottom lane, and Aurelia is going to meet her and push that in. You have to wonder if lane swap is going to come out here for Team Liquid Academy, so that they can match Gnar with the Aurelia, or if they want Tristana to match up against her and just keep farming. I think the way the lanes are, though, she's safe to just push out the wave and then go mid and help hold the mid lane turret against the pushing power of Optic Academy. Mickey is also here to hold that, so we have to see what the lane assignments are going to be. Ezreal has moved up to the top lane, trying to push out some waves there and get some pressure for Team Optic. Looking at this, we still have a dragon up. No one's taken it yet. It is a Cloud Drake, which is not the most prized possession for these teams. They usually don't focus a lot of resources there early in the game, unless it just happens to be. But it looks like a Rift Herald is going down for Optic Academy. 4 people up here. They will secure this, and that's going to be able to help them break that mid lane tower. Acadian smites it, and he picks up the Eye of the Herald buff. There's pings going down in the mid lane, and it looks like they might just go ahead and immediately drop it. But Zero ult comes out, the stun misses from Mickey, and he gets through on the Ryze ult. Very well played from Mickey. Good escape from him, burning a couple ults out from Optic Academy. The Rift Herald charges, gets about half the damage on the turret. We have to see if Team Liquid Academy is going to be able to hold this, and it looks like they will. So Rift Herald only got some damage onto the tower without actually breaking it down. Optic Academy didn't spend a whole lot of resources to pick that up, so it doesn't look like they're missing out on anything. But you have to wonder if they had held that, if they would have been able to get more from it. Mickey's just going to clear out some wards here in the mid lane after they clear the wave. Yeah, and the game has slowed down a little bit after that Rift Herald use. Aurelia is here again in the side lane, pushing up against the Gnar. And Gnar has got to be careful not to step forward too much. Aurelia already has a Trinity Force and the Hydra item, or half the Hydra item, while the Gnar is just sitting on a Giant's Belt and a Jarum's Fist. So he's going to have a hard time dealing with this Aurelia if she pushes her advantage. Looking across at some of the other builds, Ezreal is up to his Sheen. It looks like he's going for the Frozen Fist item instead of the Trinity Force. This has been seen a lot more in professional play, and it's pretty good against the AD damage of the Gnar and the Tristana, as well as being able to get those slows and chase down people in team fights. Tristana is now picked up a Zeal. She doesn't have her first completed item yet. I would think that they're waiting on some of those items before they start pressing any advantages. So looking at where these teams want to focus, I think that Optic Academy wants to put more of their focus to the mid lane and see if they can pick up this last outer turret. And Liquid Academy is going for a gank on Dokla. Dokla jumps onto Tristana, Shoiru Buster shots him out. Let's see if Dokla can get out of this one. He doesn't have anywhere to go. Gragas is coming up from underneath him, throws out the cast, the slow from the Janna, flash away from Dokla. He's going to hit the blast cone, but where is he going to go? His only hope is to stall enough time for his team to pick up some advantages, which they do. Gnar does pick up that kill over Aurelia, so it gives him that shutdown gold as well as the normal gold from the kill, which is actually very good for him. It's going to give him a boost, and he's picked up that Frozen Mallet now, so he will be able to hopefully kite away from this Aurelia a little bit more. Optic Academy is taking control of the river, and he ults Rise away from the team, and you have to wonder if that's actually what he wanted to do. It would have been a 3v4, and so you think that if he had ulted the Rise towards him, maybe something could have happened. But it does look like they might be able to take out this turret, and no. With that Janna shield coming in and all the minions cleared out, nothing is going to happen there. So overall, the gold is still pretty even. There's about 1,000 gold advantage for Optic Academy, one turret lead for them, and the kills are even, but they do have a Cloud Drake. They just took one more turret, so they should have a lot more freedom to move around the map. We have to see if they keep pushing their vision forward to make picks in the jungle and start setting up for Baron, which is going to spawn in 2 minutes. And it looks like we have a pause on the game. I don't know how long this pause is going to go, and I don't have a whole lot to talk about, so I'm going to just skip forward in the game until we see where we are. Okay, perfect. The pause is over. Have no idea what the issue is because, again, this YouTube video is all we have from Riot Games. Tristana jumps in onto Andy. He is hitting him pretty well, but not much to come of it. Just an even trade. I don't have the runes, but I have to assume Tristana has fleet footwork, so any trade she takes will be in her favor if she can heal up any of that damage from just autoing minions. Looks like Ezreal's backed out for now. He sends that True Shot barrage to the bottom lane just to clear out some of the minions and stop the pushing from Tristana. Mickey and Hard are moving down to this bottom lane, trying to get some vision here in the jungle. See if they can catch out Aurelia on a rotation. They want to get some pressure down here in the bot lane so that the Tristana can safely push and hopefully take down another turret for them. And it looks like she will be able to do so, maybe not on this wave, but the next. It looks like she was able to take out that turret, closing that gold lead and almost evening out the turrets. I would imagine Tristana is going to swap up to the top lane, and they're going to try to push down this last outer turret and even up the map pressure. Mickey pops his ghost, and he pulls the Rise Escape. There's not a whole lot you can do about that. He does have his Zhonya's down now. He gets Root onto Acadian. Quite a bit of damage. The damage there for a slow. Now they're on Elimination. Elimination gets knocked back. He pops the ult, but Mickey is there with the killing spree and takes him down. Elimination was a little too far forward. The flash out of Mickey and the flash out of Andy and Acadian. 2 flashes for 1. They picked up the kill. Now we have to see what they can do while they have 15 seconds of map pressure. It looks like they're moving towards the Baron to at least put some vision down, clear out some of the vision from Optic Academy. Let's see if they are starting this. They have quite a bit of Baron damage with the Tristana and the Rise. But Acadian is up. Viper teleports in. Jokla gets slammed against the wall, stunned, knocked up, airborne, rooted. And it looks like he's going to go down to that Tristana shot. Mickey picks him up with a Q. And it looks like Baron is going to go over to Team Liquid Academy. Acadian is nowhere nearby, and Optic's just going to give it up. So after that pick onto Elimination, Team Liquid Academy really presses their advantage by grabbing the Baron off of that single pick just barely after it spawns at 20 minutes and 30 seconds. That was a great shot call from Team Liquid Academy to know that they had a big enough advantage just without the support of Optic Academy on the map to actually take down that Baron. Now we'll have to see how much they can push with this Baron. They do still have that outer tower and the top lane down, so that should be an easy pickup for them. And we can see if they will push more turrets than that, or how aggressive they'll be while they have this Baron buff. Ezreal's pushing out the top wave, trying to delay that push as much as possible. There's some pings going down here in the river. Doesn't look like a whole lot is happening. Team Liquid Academy have just reset the map and are trying to get all the waves pushing before they do anything too big. They want pressure on multiple places in the map so that they can safely push up with this Baron buff. Joey sidesteps away from that stun from Tarek, and it looks like this top turret is going to go down. This will bring Team Liquid Academy's gold lead up to nearly 3,000, 2,500. Oh, and Mickey again with the Rise Escape. There's not anything you can do about that, and that's so annoying to play against. Looking at the wave clear on the side of Optic Academy, the Ezreal doesn't offer a whole lot outside of his True Shot barrage, and it's just Azir. So having multiple lanes pushing for Team Liquid Academy is going to be very hard for Optic to deal with. And it looks like Viper's kind of hit a point where he can deal with Dokla. Dokla is not really pressuring him too hard, even though he is up 50 CS. Viper's able to push out this lane past the river. And mainly that's due to the lack of vision. Telefox goes in onto Mickey. Mickey has a lot of damage, and you have to wonder if Acadian's not trapping himself in there with Mickey. Mickey does flash out, seeing that there are 3 members of Optic Academy coming for him. But while 3 members are mid lane, Team Liquid Academy is pushing both the side lanes. And it looks like Optic tried to take a turret while they were tried to take a dragon while they're losing their top lane turret. The Viper was there, and he's able to dissuade the dragon. They do pick it up, but they lost another turret while that was going down. So you have to think that that trade was not worth it. Try to defend your inhibitor turret instead of taking the Mountain Drake. Because Mountain Drake isn't all that useful when you're on your back foot in the first place. I guess it's more preventing Team Liquid Academy from having it, but preventing your tower from going down would have been the better move. Now they've set up a siege here in the mid lane. All 5 members from Team Liquid Academy are here. We have to see if this is going to break out into a fight. Looks like they're just going to back up as their Baron buff is pretty much out. Yeah, their Baron buff just ran out, I believe. So they got 3 towers off of that Baron buff, which is a very strong play for them. They're now 4,000 gold in the lead over Optic Academy. We have to see what they can do to close out this game. Aurelia has sort of become a non-factor the way that Team Liquid Academy are playing around her. They're not allowing any vision to get up into their jungle, so she can't safely push. Having the Rise ult means that she can easily become outnumbered without any warning, really. So we have to see. You would think that Optic, if they want to get back in this, are going to have to go slowly, put up some vision into the jungle, and help the Aurelia split push. But let's see if Team Liquid Academy can stop that by just keeping up their own pressure. It looks like Aurelia is joined here in the mid lane instead of starting that side pressure. Looking for a pick onto hard. Aurelia jumps in, does get the stone Tristana, but she jumps out of it, and nothing is going to happen from that. Meanwhile, Rise is pushing in the bottom lane, taking another turret for Team Liquid Academy. One of the things to worry about here for Optic is their lane control and lane assignments. They keep trying to go for picks with multiple people on the map, while Team Liquid Academy is really just pushing all lanes at once. Tristana jumps in, Tarek does get his ult out, Palafox is on the wrong side of this fight. They take down the turret, and looks like Elimination is going to fall. He flashes out, lives for a little bit longer, but Shoiru does pick up that kill. He gets the resets on Tristana. Mickey flashes over, roots Acadian. Acadian dunks and flashes out of the Jarvan ult, and it looks like that's going to be the end of the fight. 2 for nothing in favor of Team Liquid Academy, and it looks like they're going to be able to push out the game. Let's see if they can close it out. There's 20 seconds left on Palafox and 10 on Elimination. Looks like they might just take the inhibitor and walk on out. They do have a minion wave coming here in the mid lane. Let's see if they're able to get this turret down. There's not a whole lot of minions left, and Elimination has respawned. Team Liquid Academy backs away from this one, not willing to press their advantage too much. Too many of their members are low to stay out. Ooh, nice snipe from Andy. He does pick up that red buff away from Shoiru. Oh, but he goes in 1v2. Shoiru jumps on him. Heal comes out of Andy. He turns back around. He's getting some good harass. Oh, and here comes Elimination and the rest of the team from Optic, collapsing onto Shoiru. Mickey throws down the ult, the Janna ult, and a beautiful disengage from Team Liquid Academy. Let's see if Viper can make it out. He might just be done for here, though. 4 people on him, and Dokla does pick up that kill. Sitting at 5-2 and 0 with a large CS advantage, but again, at this point, it's mostly about the team fights, where Aurelia is not going to shine. Unless she can get some more pressure in the side lane, she's pretty much not going to be the best place for the gold on Optic Academy. Team Liquid Academy is pulling up more vision around the Baron, setting up for that objective. It is live right now, and it looks like Elimination and Palafox are cut off from the rest of their team. Acadian's coming in from the side. Shoiru gets some huge damage onto Palafox. Acadian jumps in with the Jarvan ult. Oh, and a beautiful stopwatch from Acadian. He is going to go down. Oh, but Mickey on the bottom side. Dokla is going to go down. His TA gets popped. And the rest of his team leaves him alone to die. In the meantime, looks like a Nexus turret fell while that fight was taking place. And Viper's in the bottom lane alone. Or here at the Nexus alone without any of Optic Academy to stop him. Elimination does come up, but it's not going to be enough. Palafox throws down the Azir turret. Oh, and Viper goes in with a giant Gnar. Nothing looks like it's happening so far. Mickey is low, but they do manage to take down Andy. The Azir turret falls, and Shoiru's just free firing on the backside. Elimination goes down. Acadian goes down. Palafox is next to fall, and this looks like it's going to be the game for Team Liquid Academy. First game of the season for this Academy team. Very well done. Okay, so let's take a quick look at the match history for that game of Optic Academy versus Team Liquid Academy. One of the interesting things to note here is this gold graph. Team Optic Academy got a pretty big lead here in the middle of the game. But there was that one Tarek pick onto elimination where Mickey picks up the kill, and they're able to snowball that into Baron. And from that point on, Team Liquid Academy just had control of the entire game. They used that Baron buff to push down 3 different towers. And Optic Academy was just out of position after that point. So Liquid Academy was really able to snowball their victory after they got that single pick. That's a really good sign for Team Liquid Academy, knowing that they're able to see their advantages and know where they can press it in order to close out the game. Let's take a quick look at the statistics. I don't have the fancy graphs that Riot does, but we can look here and see damage dealt to champions. That's always a good one to look at. Palafox put up some really good numbers, hitting 16.1k. Ezreal had 15.7k. It's a little low for him. You expected him to be doing more, poking people out with that. On the other side, Ryze did 17k, while the Tristana did 17.4k. And that Janna putting out 7.5 thousand damage really ended up working well for them, having that Janna there. They weren't able to push their advantage in the lane with the Janna and Tristana, but I just remember that clutch Janna ult at the end, comboed with that Ryze ult to really push them all to safety. So the pick ended up working out really well for Team Liquid Academy and Joey in particular. 0-0 and 11 on that scoreline, 5-1 and 4 in both the Tristana and the Ryze. Team Liquid Academy really just took control of this game and did not let it go. Although Viper had a hard time at the top lane against Dokla on the Aurelia, like I was saying during the game, Aurelia was never really able to push her advantage against the Gnar in a way that mattered. The teamwork was just that much better for Liquid Academy. I plan to be doing quite a few more of these videos in the future. Want to keep casting and getting better at it. Please subscribe to my YouTube. I appreciate any feedback you want to give. Thanks for watching.